Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the British Academy Games Awards. It is a pleasure personally for me to be back hosting the event this evening. Before we start, a huge thanks again to Nafisa Baba for her performance. Yes, it's a pleasure for me to be back. I've done these many times, but not for a couple of years. I've been busy. I was hosting Dara Ó Briain's Go Ape It, a television show about gaming. Look at you. You've made the mainstream. You're on Dave. Thank you all, by the way, for coming out tonight. A big thank you to our games partners that helped make this evening possible. Activision, Blizzard, Electronic Arts, Sega, PlayFusion, Tencent Games, and Ubisoft. Thank you very much to all of you. And a huge welcome as well to everybody watching on the live stream. If you look around, we have leveled up to a new location this year, the beautiful Art Deco gem that is the Troxy Theatre in London's East End. I have been doing these awards for a while now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the plushest we have ever been. This is the largest, most glossy and fully interactive. Those lines behind me are a real-time representation of all the Xbox One X updates currently downloading across the UK. Sped up, though. Sped up to hundreds of times faster than the real thing. And in an industry that is brimming with innovation and bright ideas, it's great to look around this room and see so many new faces in the audience and so many that are more retro, I feel is the term we use in this industry. Because what a year it's been. What a year it's been in gaming. Thanks to you, we've been able to visit lush jungles filled with waterfalls and dinosaurs, deserts filled with pyramids, lands of lakes, lands of trees, the one where the caps live. Literally, I am just listing levels on Super Mario Odyssey at the moment, right? I've got... Not to ruin the ending, by the way, of Super Mario Odyssey, which is one of our games nominated for the best game category. We'll be mentioning all of them as the night goes on. Not to ruin the ending of Super Mario Odyssey, but how do you start the next one without it being slightly awkward? Oh no, Mario, Peach has been kidnapped. It's kind of not a thing anymore. Anyway, it has been a great year for Nintendo. Big round of applause for Nintendo, by the way. With, another one of their exciting new technologies. Switch has been a fantastic piece of technology. 2 nominees for the best game, Super Mario, as I mentioned, and also Zelda. I'm not sure how many of you are playing Zelda. Zelda contains 172 hours of gaming on a machine that has 3 hours of charge. So... And it has been exciting. Just even if you look at that range that we have within those best game nominees, which we'll get to, there are 6 games. And now I don't work in your industry. I can't comment on how things work in the industry. I'm merely a consumer of your products. But I can tell you that's exciting in itself, though, to see the representation occurring in those games. In those top 6 games, there are 6 heroes. 3 of them are female. 2 of them are male. And Link can identify whichever way Link wants, right? That's up to Link, and that's cool, right? So... we're also touching on very interesting material. Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Congratulations to the team behind that. Hellblade touched on issues of mental health in a very delicate way, saying that if that is the situation you have, then the best thing to do is to parry, melee attack, and then block. That joke might work better with headphones. No, genuinely the glorious vistas you've given us from this industry that we've been enjoying. The pyramids of ancient Egypt, mountain ranges filled with robot dinosaurs. You've created iconic images. And not only have you done that, you've allowed us to recreate iconic images from other medium, like whatever. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is a good example of that, because not only in Star Wars Battlefront 2, of course, not only in Star Wars Battlefront 2 can you recreate moments from Star Wars, you can also recreate the ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark by having to open hundreds of boxes in the hope of finding the Holy Grail. We did toy, by the way, with the idea of doing the entire awards like that, just to see who wanted it most. Your BAFTA's hidden in the loot crate. Who's got the most pocket money to get it? But instead, we decided to choose a mechanism for deciding these awards which best represented how this year has gone. At the back of this room, we have BAFTA luminaries, we have the public, we have various people who've come along as guests. In the front of the room are the nominees. You're in this sort of descended area where it's just you in this enclosed pit. There's exactly 100 of you within this enclosed area. And over the course of the next few minutes, that area is going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. Until eventually only one of you can get a BAFTA at the end of it. How much do you want it, is the question. That's it. You're probably wondering, where did I get that mechanism? Well, it's an original thing I came up with myself. No, I got it from a game called Rules of Survival. I don't know if you've played it. Christ, I got it from FIFA Battleground. I got it from anything, right? Literally everyone is doing this. I was playing this game called Rules and honestly, you're playing and you think, surely this should just freeze frame and should pull out and there'd be like a screen with Rules of Survival on or any one of these things. And the team from Fortnite around are going, what? Come on! And then it would freeze and pull out, and then it'd just be another screen, and the team from PUBG would be around going, what? Come on! And then it would freeze and it would pull out, and Jennifer Lawrence would be there, and the people from Hunger Games, and they go, what? Come on! And then it would freeze and it would pull out, and Takeshi Kitano would just be standing there in a raincoat, just looking cool. Because I don't know the Japanese for what? Come on! Apparently, if you play PUBG long enough, there's one hidden place somewhere that if you open the box, an IP lawyer jumps out. No, we tried that mechanism. Then we thought the better one yet again is we got you all, and we'll take you all to a deserted house, and you can walk around the deserted house just taking books off shelves and reading the memories of people who've passed away. And you'll do that for about 2 hours, and then realize that the victory was the journey itself. You're very fond of that. It is exciting to see these things happen, but like, I mean, I'm a tech person, right? I'm a huge tech person. We do all these different games and all these different shows that I do, like whatever. I drew the line at Alexa, by the way. I drew the line at having Alexa now. I mean, I like the idea of Alexa. I like the idea of just the lubricant, the smooth lubrication of your life, that you'd walk through your house and you'd go with a lady on your arm. This may be very male fantasy. You'd go, Alexa, play some Prince. And then this automated home service would just play the sexy music and the mood would be set. Obviously, that's not the reality of either AI or voice recognition software. You're far more likely to go, Alexa, play some Prince. And Alexa will go, printing documents now. And then you have to make love to the incessant rhythm of the printer. And that is incredibly difficult to maintain. It really is. I'm not a young man anymore, but geez. I mean, 4 or 5 minutes tops, and I'm going praying for a paper jam. In the end, by the way, I went for one of those things you have on the phone, like whatever, you can just like, one of those things, you can just turn the lights on and off in your house. And I would take, on stage, I wanted to show people that, like, I said, oh, look, you can just turn the lights on and off in your house. Not that there'd be in any way amusing to anyone anywhere, but just the thought of me on a long comedy tour that every night, around at the same time, my wife would be sitting at home minding her own business when all the lights would suddenly go on and off in the house. Okay. But then she realized that you can put anything onto it, including the curtains in the bedroom, as I found out when I was woken up in the middle of the morning. I was in a deep sleep, and suddenly it was filled with light, because my wife, on the train to work at 7:15 a.m., went, right, time you got up, bang, right? So this shit is escalating. I have now put onto the same app all the heating and all the air conditioning, so I can randomly plunge individual rooms in the house into cold and dark, and then get Spotify to stream children singing nursery rhymes from the basement. I've done this once, and I get a phone call from my wife going, you seem to have forgotten that I was actually on call tonight, but I just had a text from the babysitter, and she's shitting herself. Apologies. I've gone down a wormhole here. Here's the thing, the piece of tech that I think I'm actually genuinely sad, because I think it's been a brilliant year. I think you've done fantastic. I think it's amazing what you've done with the technology. The one that sort of, I think, is yet to really do it is VR. Right? And I still think we're still waiting for that killer thing. And it disappoints me, because I think VR, and I've said this many times, VR is genuinely transformative piece of technology. It's genuinely going to be amazing. It's going to change games. It's going to, like, the total immersiveness of it is going to be amazing. It's going to change games. It's going to change movies, I think. It's going to completely revolutionize burglary. If you break into a house and somebody has the helmet on and the earphones in, Jesus, chill out, take your time. They're not doing anything. After an hour, they'll eventually take the thing off and go, oh, me telly is gone. How ironic. Yes. But I think one of the reasons, this is a theory I have, which you would probably tell me I'm wrong about, but one of the reasons VR isn't quite doing it, and this is kind of a secret thing that happens with technology, is that nobody's watching pornography in virtual reality. Because you know the way historically pornography is supposed to be the reason that VHS beat Betamax, or that certain video streaming software beat other types of streaming software, and nobody is using virtual reality for that experience, right? And you can kind of see why, because it doesn't add anything. Nobody's ever been making love and going, oh my God, darling, this is incredible. Oh, this is the most wonderful experience of my life. Oh my God, I'm almost there. Hang on, just let me have a quick look around. Jeez, that's fantastic. I love what you've done with the corner thing. Is that original now, or is you... But the main reason nobody's doing VR for that particular purpose is because you cannot be entirely sure that she's out for the afternoon. And you have to be 100% sure. You have to be totally sure, because the stakes are really high. That she goes, oh my God, I left my credit card behind. And no, what is this that welcomes me as I return home, right? I mean, your nightmare is that you take off the mask after, you know, the pleasure trip of the century, right? And you take off the mask, and there's two police officers just staring at you. Well, what have you been doing? Do you have any idea what's been going on here for the last hour? A burglar broke into your house. He was spotted. There's been a standoff. You've been a hostage for 45 minutes. We've had to shut off the road. There's been a helicopter from Sky News slowly circling overhead. Oh, your wife is outside on a megaphone going, "Stay strong, John, stay strong." And we've been watching on the thermal imaging, just battering away at yourself for the last hour. Definitely the classiest monologue I have ever delivered at these awards, right? The shinier this has gone, the more classy I've got. Listen, we have awards for you. We have treasures and we have rewards for what you've done, and it's going to be crazy because you have generally been the one with the huge achievements this year, like whatever. By the way, throughout the night, why not get involved yourself if you're watching the stream and share your opinions along with us as it goes along, whether your favourites won or not. Your favourites that won, didn't win, tag us at BAFTA Games or hashtag BAFTA Games. But let us get started. Shall we get started, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, absolutely.